What's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube segment. So today we are going to talk about how to pass a prop firm in 2026, right? So this year, 2025, I was able to pass my firm. I was also able to get a payout, right? So how was I able to do this? It was just with some easy step. Now I learned this step from people who I have watched their videos online and have seen how they replicated it, how they were able to do it, and I decided to, try the same process and do the same, right? So the first thing you need to know is before you will be able to pass any firm, you have to have an edge that works for you, an edge you have back tested over time, an edge you have tried out before. You've tried out at least for 4 5 months, right? 4 5 months that worked for you or that works. So when you have an edge, you will be able to pass the account. If not, you'll be doing second guessing, or you'll be doing the usual way. You're just trading randomly, having 80% loss, 20% win rate, and that's going to mess you up and it's going to just make you blow your firm, right? So you have to have an edge. Even on your personal account, before you trade it, you have to have an edge. That's what keeps you going and going, right? So that's the first thing you need to have. After that, the next thing is the risk. That is just it. The risk you take differs from the risk another person takes. That's what differentiates you from someone who gets to the phase of payout, or to the phase of funded, like to the funded phase. That's what differentiates you from a funded phase trader and an evaluation phase trader. You are still in the evaluation phase because you are still risking your 0.05 or your 1%. Normally everyone risks 1%. Everyone risks 1%. I mean, that's what we are used to here. Risk 1% of your account. That's what you risk on your firms. But that takes you slow. That keeps you behind. You have to increase that risk. Now, how I was able to trade mine was I literally was using 1%. I was going up and down, up and down. Sometimes you go down not because the trade was a losing trade, but maybe you didn't get to your certain percentage. Like, let's say I take a trade of 1 to 3 RR and it got to 1 to 2, and I didn't even break even, and it comes back to hit my stop loss. That is now minus 1%. So I kept going like back and forth till I changed my risk. Now I risked 2%. When I reached 2%, I was able to skyrocket up out of that zone, and with just 2 trades, I was able to pass my firm. So the way I am going to handle trades in 2026 is this. That's the same way I want you guys to take it too. The first risk you should risk is 1%. Now, when you risk your 1%, I'm just saying this because to just balance your psychology. Imagine taking your first trade on a fresh account and you're just down 2% now. Just maybe it might disbalance you, or it might keep you on the phase where you're not feeling okay with it, right? But if you use 1%, and let's say you get your first win or a loss, you can be able to try again with another 1% to get back to break even. But if you get a win, you are out of it. Then after your 1% risk and after your first win, the next you should go in with is 2% without wasting time. 2%, 2%, and you have to come out of that phase. You have no business spending months in evaluation phase. I did mine within I passed phase 1 and phase 2 within 13 days or so. Because why? I was able to change the way I trade. I changed that risk style. Since I already know I have an edge that works for me at about 80%, sorry, 80 to 90% of the time, I don't have any business wasting time on that phase, right? So this is just the easiest way, the easiest step. Don't waste time. That is why they are rewarded advice. You have something doing like that brings in money before you really trade, at least something that can give you a cash flow. So when you blow the account coming to burn down, there is no reason spending time. Don't This 2026, don't spend 2 months trading a firm account. You have no business doing that. 2%, you're out of it. 2%, you're out of it, and you're done with it. So that's just the way I feel, and that's just the way I feel is best for you to trade your firm, right? Trade it with your 2% risk, come out of the phases, get funded. And when you get funded, you can use your 1% and grow your account steadily, because that's what will count when you get funded. Not when you get funded, you now blow your account. No, you try your best, and if you blow it, fine, you go again, right? That's just it. So this is just the easiest way and the best step I feel is best for each and every one of us to trade our firms in 2026. Let me know your suggestion, let me know your thoughts, and if you are just new to this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.